If you haven't joined our mailing list, please sign up because we want to connect with you personally. You can do so very easily. It only takes a few seconds of your time to enter in your name, email address, and click sign up. It's that simple. What's going on, everybody? It's Marcel. I'm back again with another episode of Useful Plugins. Today we are going to get into a plugin that I've been using more on mixes and as well as in productions as well when I am making some music. And today you notice that I'm using Logic Pro. Usually for these type of tutorials, I'm in Studio One, but I wanted to be in Logic Pro today for you guys, just to kind of do some examples on the fly for you all. So you can see the session is blank. It started with the default plugin, the default, I think the instrument here, and you can. So that's pretty much what we got going so far. And so I want to load up the plugin that we're going to talking about today, and I'm going to put it on the master bus. I'm going to put on the master bus here, and we are going to navigate to Raum. Yep, we're going to navigate to Raum. And we're going to give this a second to load up here. There we go. All right. So this is Raum. And as you can see, it is by Native Instruments. This is one of the plugins. I actually found out about this from a mixing engineer. His name is Josh. And he does a number of records. He's mixed everybody. And in one of his tutorials, I don't know if it was mixed with the masters, but it was something that he did to where during his tutorial he brought up this plugin and was talking about how great it was. So I said, you know what, let me give it a try. And after I tried it, I ended up getting it because I love this so much. I ended up getting it. So I want to share it with you all, and to share. And if you want to go try it out, go do that. But so this is pretty much the layout of the plugin. Not too fancy, nothing too crazy. You have your feedback, your pre-delay. You have your EQ section here. You have your modulation, diffusion, the size, and your decay. And so, you know what, let's jump right into some examples. Let's get right to it. So I'm just going to load up some examples. For me, I like, let's try it on, actually, I love these on vocals. I put these on vocals. So let's go for a vocal. You know, let's see, let's go to vocals, and we're going to kind of see what we can get ourselves into here. And there you go. You actually, so you actually hear the plugin working already. I didn't know that's how Logic was routed, but now I know, which is good. But anyway, so let me bypass this, and this is the sample we're going to use right now. I'm going to zoom in here. And I'm going to loop this. So that's what it is. That's what we're listening to. That's the dry vocal. And we're just going to come in here and let's just mess around with some parameters. See what we can get. So we're going to engage this. And as you heard, you can really dial in a different type of, like I call this plugin like the emotional plugin, because it's really great for like emotional records, maybe like a ballad or anything, that material that requires some type of deep feeling or atmosphere. And it's great for that type of situation. And even as the even like for an effect too, like for effects, you know, let me run this through. Let's look for something else. So let me mute this, and I think it's okay. So let's see what else we can get into. Let's see.
No. How long can I wait for you? Running to you.
I think I like this one here. Let's turn that off. All right. So this is what we have.
How long can I wait for you?
All right, let's turn Raum on.
How long can I wait for you?
You can really adjust, even with the parameters that we already set. It really feels emotional to me. It really feels like something that's heartfelt and will go great in a record that requires that type of emotion. It really does. Very cool on vocals. And it, like, I think it's also a great way to push things back in the mix as well. You can really push something back and it sounds pleasing. Like reverb, it sounds pleasing for you, to the ear when you do it using this plugin. And this is one of my plugins that are in my mixing template over in Studio One. When I'm doing deep mixing there, I have it as one of my go-to reverb effects sends for records, and even not so much always for an emotional feel, but it does add a little more something, like a little bit more tail end. It just adds something to different elements that I find useful. Not so much on a lot of stuff. I wouldn't want a lot of elements running through it, but certain elements, a lot of elements, it makes it clutter, but just certain elements, maybe one or two elements, 3 tops, that are going through this send here. So let's play this, and I'm gonna just mess around with the parameters again. And then after I do that, we're gonna mess around with another piece of information here. We're going to go over here and see what else we can find, and just kind of play around with it.
How long can I wait for you? How long can I
Sounds good. All right, let's do another example. Let's randomly choose. You know what? Let's go for a synth. Let's go for a synth. Let's just audition some synths here. Make sure this is off. All right. And I'm just going to randomly just kind of go through something and see what we get. All right, let's do this. All right, let's mute that. All right, let's see what we got. We're going to play this and then we're going to pull the plugin in. All right, so now let's change the reverb type and see what we can come up with. You know what? Let's see what it may not do anything, but let's see what we can do with a pad. Let's search for a pad. I'm kind of curious about a pad. I like that one. Slide that in. Mute that one. So that's without. This is with. And what I really love about this example, going back to what I said earlier about its ability to push something back without it feeling not so much feeling, but just it just kind of feeling, kind of mixing with feeling, but it makes it feel good and pleasing to the ear, to where it pushes it back, but it's not something that you regret, or it just works. If that helps, it works. Because when it's bypassed, it's more forward sounding. But when you engage this, you can still hear the texture of the sound source, but it's not too lost once it's pushed back. So let's listen to it engaged. It sounds really good to me. I really like what this plugin does to certain material, and this is one of them where it sounds good, it sounds lush, it enhances the material that you put it on. And another thing I think will go, because this other plugin that I have, excuse me, it reminds me, I think they both might go good together. I'm curious, I would want to try with a sound effect, which effect, like some type of boom or something. All right, so let's do that. It kind of already has an effect on it, which is okay. But I wanna try this in conjunction with a plugin some of you may be familiar with, and I love this plugin on Chimes. I absolutely love this plugin on Chimes. And there we go. It's Shimmer by Valhalla. I'm kind of curious. So this is with Shimmer. And let me pull up Raum. I think I want to go back to Airy for this one. Like they're similar. I'm curious what they sound like together. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. I like the combination because it gives me more control, more parameters over the reverb. Like with Raum, I would be limited to this as far as what I'm hearing from the output. So when I hear the reverb from here, I can actually manipulate it even further using these parameters on Shimmer. But it would be a good combination, like something like that. If I was in a session, like creating my own different type of effects, any type of things of that nature, stuff like that, I would love to use that, and I would actually print it out and put it in my stash. Because I love the tail end on it. I love the tail end on the reverb and that it provides for the the material. But yeah, so this is pretty much with everything that we went through. It's everything. It's a cool plugin. You can really have a lot of fun with this. It's great on vocals, and this when you feel like you need something to give like a sense of emotion, you can really reach for this. And it'll get you at least 80% of the way there, and you could tweak it to taste to your song, automate parameters and just, have fun with it. But it's really, 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 really good. And as you heard, another thing that you can use them on is pads, just kind of push them back, but it still provides and enhance the atmosphere that the pads provides to the track. So, yeah, that's it for this useful plugin episode. And I will catch you all in the next one. Till we meet again, keep mixing, and we're all going to grow together. All right, I'll see you in the next one. If you like and enjoy our content, please share, follow, and subscribe. We are on social media platforms such as YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook, and others. The sign-up link, our social media links, as well as other valuable information can be found in the description.